right. All right, I have a gentleman joining me from MDOC. What is your name, sir?
Lee Pagan.
Okay,
Ricky
I
Lee
apologize. Say that one more time.
Lee Pagan.
Okay, got it. All right.
What?
All right, I have, thank you, Mr. Pagan. So if you just want to hang out, your attorney is trying to run Underwood, so we're just waiting for her. And Miss Adams, could you let Miss Underwood know I have her client? All right, I have another gentleman on a Samsung device wearing glasses in front of a brown curtain. What is your name, please?
LC Squibbling.
All right, good morning, Mr. Squibbling.
Good morning.
All right, and get that down, and that is Mr. Odetella. So, hold on one second, Mr. Odetella. And Ms. Meard, you are on Mr. Scribbling's case. So let me grab his file. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus LC Scribbling, file number 2023-21284FH. I have Odetella appearing on behalf of Mr. Scribbling, P number 79707. And I have Phoebe Meir appearing on behalf of the people. Ms. Meir, what is your P number, please?
81059.
All right, very good, thank you. All right, this is the time set for arraignment in this matter. Mr. Odetella, do you waive the reading of the felony information on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you received a copy of the felony information prosecutor's request for discovery and witness list?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, how do you wish to proceed today?
Your Honor, we're not gonna we waive a formal reading and we plead not guilty on the charges, Your Honor.
All right, so I will enter a plea of
That's as to the arraignment, Your Honor, but we have a plea agreement set up for afterwards.
So you're gonna enter a plea today?
Yes, Your Honor, just as to
Okay.
the arraignment itself, yeah.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Odetella, what is the plea agreement?
Your Honor, we've spoken with prosecution and our understanding is that we're waiving, I'm not sure how the counts are listed on there, but we're waiving the gun charges. I believe there's 3 of them, and then we're pleading to the possession charge. And then our understanding is that we're agreeing to probation on the possession charge.
Okay, so Ms. Meir, so the plea offer is that Mr. Scribbling will plead to count 3 controlled substance possession of cocaine less than 25 grams. Is there a sup on that?
Your Honor, at this time, I would just ask that we set this for pretrial, because we actually don't, I'm not showing that file in our system for whatever reason.
I can actually jump in on this. This was my case in district court. I apologize, Your Honor. The way it appears in our system is different. It takes some, you have to, I'm not sure why it doesn't appear under his name, but everything Mr. Odetella did say was correct. The plea is to count 3. I don't believe there is another sup with that. We would be dropping this up. I apologize, Your Honor. Dismissing counts 1, 2, and 4, and then there is a Killebrew to no upfront jail.
All right, so take this to count 3. All right, hold on one second. I have another gentleman joining me from MDOC. What is your name, please? You just popped in.
Lee Pagan.
Shelby.
Okay, I already got you, Mr. Pagan. I got another gentleman. What is your name, sir?
Shelby Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, thank you. So, Ms. Underwood, do you need to speak with Mr. Pagan?
I do. Thank you, Your Honor.
So while I'm taking a plea on my other file, Mr. Pagan, I am going to open up a ton of rooms right now, but I'm gonna open up a breakout room and I'm going to assign you and Ms. Underwood to that breakout room. Okay. All right, so Mr. Squibbling will be pleading guilty to count 3, and there is a Killebrew agreement. You said to probation. What do you mean by that? Just no upfront jail? Like, what do you?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Thanks, Alex.
So no upfront jail. Okay, so Mr. Odetella, is that accurate?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Squibbling, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Squibbling, can you state your full name for the record again?
LC Squibbling Jr.
All right, okay. Mr. Squibbling, you have heard the statement of your attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Is it your intention to plead guilty to count 3, controlled substance, possession of cocaine less than 25 grams, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 4 years in prison and or a $25,000 fine, with a Killebrew agreement between the prosecutor and your attorney that you would serve no upfront jail?
Yes.
Okay. Are you satisfied with Mr. Odetella as your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes.
Neither the prosecutor, the defendant, nor anyone on the defendant's behalf has discussed any other possible sentence with the court. Is that correct, Mr. Odetella?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bayonetto?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Squibbling, as far as you're aware, is that correct?
Yes.
If a guilty plea is accepted, there will be no trial. This means that you will be giving up rights you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those rights to you now to make sure that you understand them. You have a right to a speedy public trial by jury. You may ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and court agree, you can have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at trial and have witnesses against you appear at your trial and to ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at the trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial and not to have your silence used against you. However, you also have the right to testify at your trial if you want to testify. Do you understand that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at trial? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave to appeal and not by right? Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a conviction of a crime may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial naturalization. Do you have any questions, Mr. Squibbling, about the rights that I've given to you?
No.
All right, Mr. Squibbling, how do you wish to plead to the charge that on or about February 11th of 2023 in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee, that you did commit the offense of a controlled substance possession of cocaine less than 25 grams, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to you to induce you to plead guilty to this charge other than the agreement on the record?
No.
Okay. Do you understand if I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter this plea? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises or threats or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce the defendant to plead guilty? Mr. Odetella?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Bayonetto?
No, Your Honor.
Turn that down.
All right.
Turn it down.
Mr. Squibbling, has your attorney promised you any particular sentence or estimated what your sentence will be other than the agreement that there would be no upfront jail?
No.
Okay. Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Squibbling, on February 11th of 2023, were you in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee?
Yes.
And Mr. Squibbling, at that time, did you have in your possession a controlled substance, cocaine?
Yes.
Would you agree that it was less than 25 grams?
Yes.
And did you have any legal right to possess that?
No.
And you knew it was cocaine?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Bayonetto, are you satisfied?
I am, Your Honor.
Has the court complied with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D? Mr. Odetella
Yes, Your Honor.
and Mr. Bayonetto?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights and he does have competent counsel. This court has made no agreement regarding the possibility of a plea or possible sentence in this case with the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the defendant, or anyone acting in the interest of either of them other than the Killer Brew agreement that there would be no upfront jail. I'm going to refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. Mr. Squibbling, because there's an agreement between the people and your attorney that there would be no upfront jail, do you wish to appear for sentencing via Zoom or in person?
Via Zoom.
Okay. So Mr. Odetella, are you available for sentencing on April 28th at 8:15 in the morning?
Just a moment, if I may, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Squibbling, I'm gonna
Yes.
set this for sentencing on April 28th at 8:15 in the morning. And that could be via Zoom. If something happens and you can't appear via Zoom, that's fine, just come in person because we're here and your attorney could Zoom in, all right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Stevenson from the Michigan Department of Corrections. He's going to give you instructions going forward about what you need to do for MDOC. When you meet with the Michigan Department of Corrections, be truthful about your background and also the events that occurred. They'll prepare a pre-sentence report and your attorney will make sure your attorney gets a copy of that and he will review that with you prior to sentencing and make any objections at that time. So let me close that breakout room. Do I get Mr. Pagan back? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to assign Mr. Stevenson and Mr. Squibbling to a breakout room. Mr. Odetella, you can go, but you don't have to go. Do you want to go in the breakout room?
We're good to go. Actually, please, I just want to give Elsie some parting words. Thank you very much.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you kindly, Alex.
No problem.
So I have Mr. Squibbling, Mr. Stevenson, and Mr. Odetella. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, let me grab that. Miss Adams, would it be possible to get some pens? I've killed all my pens. What is anybody here like a defendant in a case?
My name is Mr. Al Muhammad. I was here because where's Miss Underwood?
I gotcha. Okay, you're here in person. Are you a defendant or? I'm sorry. Do you have court today?
Yes,
Do you have an attorney?
yes, and I have no idea where.
Okay, what is your name?
Deborah Bacon.
Deborah Baker. Okay, hold on. Deborah Bacon. Okay. So your attorney is Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Friel, ma'am.
Brian.
And Ms. Adams, could you let Mr. Fry know Ms. Bacon is here in person? And all right, so Mr. Al Muhammad, Ms. Underwood is zooming, so she's on the screen. So we'll get to you in just a minute, but I'm gonna mark that you're in person, okay? So I don't lose you. All right. So in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ricky Lee Pagan, file number 2022-21142FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Pagan, and I have Phoebe Meir appearing on behalf of the people. Find it. There she is. It's Meir. Okay, so Ms. Underwood, this is the date and time set for a pretrial conference in this matter. So Ms. Underwood, how would you like to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Pagan and I have had discussions. Mr. Pagan knows the offer is as charged, no subs. However, Mr. Pagan wants to have further discussions, and I would ask, and also he wants to receive some documentation from me. So I would ask that this be put out for another pretrial, Your Honor, if the prosecutor has no objection.
How far out, Ms. Underwood?
I'm sorry?
How far out?
Just, you're not available. Probably is about a month or two out, isn't it?
April 26th.
That would be fine, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Pagan, I'm going to adjourn your pretrial to April 26th at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be via Zoom. And Ms. Underwood, you'll do the stip in order to adjourn.
With Ms. Meir's permission?
Yep, that's fine.
All right. So Mr. Pagan, we'll see you back on April 26th at 8:30 in the morning. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We're good to go?
You're all free to
Good to
go.
go?
I'm gonna just
All right,
connect
thank
you here. All right, Ms. Underwood, do you need a breakout room with Mr. Smith?
Yes, I do.
So,
I do, Your Honor. I don't
Yes.
believe I represent Mr. Smith.
that's Michael Dagger Margozzi, who I don't.
Thank you.
So Mr. Smith, just hang out for a minute, but I do have Miss Underwood in the courtroom. Sir, you want to come up? Take care of you.
Judge, I just have to step over to Judge Olsaver for one case and then I'll be back. Mr. Band.
Are you here on Al Muhammad?
That's my case anyway, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
So, thank you.
Thanks, Miss Mayor. All right. Okay. All right, sir. All right. So is it Al Muhammad?
Yes.
I want to make sure I pronounced it right. All right. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ahmed Al Muhammad, file number 2022-21166FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of the defendant, and I have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. This is the time set for pretrial conference in this matter. So, Miss Underwood, do you need a moment to speak to your client?
I do, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, so, sir, here's what I'm gonna do. Go out in the hallway and go left, and there is a podium, and there's a Zoom device.
Okay.
So use that, connect to Zoom to my Zoom in. And if you can't figure it out, come back in, I'll get someone to come help you. And then I can put you in a breakout room with Miss Underwood.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, let's see. All right, so Miss Underwood, he is going to go log into that device, hopefully. And What is that? Cody Lowe. So, Mr. Mawad, I've got a bunch of people with no names on their devices, so give me a minute and try to track somebody down.
Judge, here's the status. We did not notify Cody
Oh,
of today.
okay, let me call the case real quick. I saw your email. Hold on, let me
Okay.
call it first before we start talking. All right,
Thank you.
this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Cody Joseph Lowe, file number 2021-20527 FC. I have Elias Mawad appearing on behalf of Mr. Lowe and Christopher Fleming, who just popped out, but you're gonna cover for him, Mr. Bayonetto. Appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Mawad, you just need another date for this?
Yes, Judge, I did, just so you know, I did talk to Mr. Lowe this morning. He was working. I talked to Mr. Hartung yesterday on the new case, still in district court. Mr. Glazer represents him. And I apologize, Judge, that's all on me for not notifying him, but we were gonna ask for an adjournment to, I don't know, would you go into May just to see, so we can track that case and see where it goes?
Sure, May 24.
That's fine. Sure. We should know where he's going, hopefully by then.
Right.
Sure.
So we'll do May 24 at 8:30 a.m. And then Mr. Mawad, you'll do the scheduling order to adjourn?
Yes, I will do that. Alex, do you mind if I sign your name?
Not at all.
Okay. Okay,
All
great.
right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Miss McGrain or Miss Adams, could someone, Miss McGrain, are you in your office?
Yes, Judge.
Could you meet Mr. Al Ahmad at the podium, because he's not able to connect the Zoom out the hallway?
Sure.
She'll be right there, sir. All right, I have a gentleman on a Galaxy device with a hoodie on. You want to take your hoodie off? All right, what's your name, sir?
Kevin Schultes.
Kevin Schultes, all right.
Yes.
All right, you also are represented by Mr. Dagger Margosian, and he is next door right now. So I'm going to change your screen name, and then I'm gonna put his initials, so I know it's his case. And then I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room until he gets here, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. I'll bring you
Yes,
back
ma'am.
in just a bit. All right, all right. Miss McGrain, he doesn't have audio.
Hello?
Oh, yep. Hold on one second, Mr. Bice.
Okay.
All right, Miss McGrain, let me see if I can get him to connect to audio. Miss McGrain's footsteps.
Yeah.
She's like a cat. In here, everywhere. Yep, there she is. She's connecting. I'm gonna open that breakout room.
She's putting you in a breakout room. So.
And then when you're done, just come back in the courtroom. All right, there we go. All right. All right, so in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Tyler James Bice, file number 2022-20975FH. I have Don Van Duzen appearing on behalf of Mr. Bice And Mr. Bandetta, are you able to step in on this one?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and Alexander Bandetto appearing on behalf of the people. So, Ms. Van Dusen, how would you like to proceed?
Yeah, this matter, we're asking the court, Mr. Bice is going to plead not guilty. And we're asking for one more pretrial. The prosecutor and myself had discussions. She needs to go talk to the victim before any further action can be had on this. I think we will have a plea at the next pretrial.
Right, April 26th at 8:30 in the morning,
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
right? And you'll do the stip in order to adjourn?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Bice, your bond's continued and we'll see you back on April 26th at 8:30 in the morning for a pretrial, all right? Obviously, Ms. Van Dusen, if an agreement's reached sooner than that, feel free to schedule it any other day of the week.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Bice, you're all set.
Thank you. What day was that again?
April 26th, I believe I said at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Goodbye.
All right, Ms. Van Dusen, you also represent Ray Tario?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, and Ms. Adams, I'll take Mr. Lofton as well, and then Mr. Rembert. Okay, find Taylor. We're going to connect to audio. Are you on this one as well, Ms. Muir?
I am, yeah.
She's connecting to audio, but sir, you want to come back up to the podium? While she's figuring out how to connect to audio, I'll do a different one. All right. Okay, so we're back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ahmed Al Muhammad. I run Underwood appearing on behalf of the defendant and Alexander Bandetto appearing on behalf of the people. So this is the date and time set for a pretrial. Ms. Underwood, were you able to speak to your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bandetto has conveyed the offer to us, Your Honor. The offer is an attempted resisting, obstructing, and a disorderly person, Your Honor. And the felony and the indecent exposure would be dismissed. At this time, my client has some evidence he'd like to show me, Your Honor, and we're still discussing this. So I would ask for another pretrial, perhaps if you have that April 26th date open.
Okay. All right, Ms. Adams, can I get a notice of hearing on this one since he's present? All right, so I will continue the not guilty plea and bond conditions, and I will set this for another pretrial on April 26th at 8:30 in the morning. Ms. Underwood, because he's present, we'll give him a notice, so you don't have to do this stip in order.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And all right, just have a seat. We'll get your notice, okay?
Thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you. All right. So, Ms. Tario, you want to connect your audio, please?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
It's okay. All right. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ray Tario. Using file number 2021-20257 FH. I have Dawn Van Dusen appearing on behalf of Ms. Tario, and I have Phoebe Neer appearing on behalf of people. This is the date and time set for, set for a pretrial. So, Ms. Van Duzen, how do you want to proceed?
In this case, we're going to plead not guilty. We just got the file discovery on it, so I need time to be able to talk to the prosecutor and client in this matter. She must have had a different attorney prior to this.
Yeah, Your Honor,
Alright.
she originally had, I think his name was Tyler Smith, and then there was a period of time where she was trying to hire someone else, and then PD's just got appointed. So
Okay,
give
that's fine.
knowledge. It is an older
Great.
case.
Okay, so we will set this for April 26th at 8:30 in the morning. And Ms. Van Duzen, can you do the stip in order to adjourn? Ms. Muir, does she have
Yes,
permission to
Your
sign her name?
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Tario, we will see you back on April 26th at 8:30 in the morning, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, this is in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Rodriguez, Damon, Lofton, file number 2023-21207 FH. I have Dawn Van Duzen appearing on behalf of Mr. Lofton, and I have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. This is date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. So, Ms. Van Duzen, how do you wish to proceed with Mr. Lofton?
Your Honor, could I have a breakout room with Mr. Lofton?
Sure.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Lofton, I'm going to open up a breakout room. I'm going to change your screen name. And give you an opportunity to speak with Ms. Van Duzen. Shelby Smith, we said Michael Dagger Margosian, right?
Yes.
Okay. He goes in front of Judge Olsaber first, so. All right, Samsung Vice. Mr. Glazier, I'm looking for your client.
Which client?
Well, you have Christopher Webb.
Yep.
And you have Michael Allison, who's at the
Yep.
jail. So Ms. Adams, I don't know if they have Mr. Allison held somewhere else, but. All right, so I have a gentleman on a Samsung device. Yeah, that would be you. What's your name, please?
Me, ma'am.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Rodney Hill.
Okay. Do you have TV on in the background? All right, and then I have someone on an iPhone 12. I'm looking at a ceiling and top of your head. There you
Yeah,
are. What's your name, please?
Yeah. Donovan Friel. I told you yesterday, I just got to put my phone up to my ear. I can't hear anything. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay. I just had to figure out your name. All right, Mr. Friel, I've changed your screen name. I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room and I'll be with you in a few minutes, all right? Okay, so what's that breakout room? All right, Mr. Hill, you are represented by Mr. Malaro. And
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Malaro is, I think, next door in front of the other judge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put his initials after your name. And then I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room, and when Mr. Malaro gets back, I'll bring you in, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hill. All right, so we are back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rodriguez Lofton. So Ms. Van Duzen, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Lofton?
Yes, I have, Your Honor. In this matter, he would like to ask for a trial as soon as possible, along with a pretrial date before that.
All right, so Okay, so Mr. Lofton, we have so 1, 2, 3 counts of R&O, 1 count of domestic violence, 4th offense notice. So the maximum penalty if you're convicted would be up to 15 years in prison. What's the offer of this?
2 R&Os,
All right, so with no sub, right?
correct, and dismiss all other charges.
So Mr. Lofton, if you're convicted, you're looking at up to 15 years of prison. If you were to accept the plea, not that I'm saying you should or shouldn't, you understand you're looking at probation, right?
No, I did not know that.
Well, okay, do you want to talk to Ms. Van Duzen?
Yes,
All right, so Ms. Van Duzen, I'm gonna open that breakout room.
Okay,
Okay. All right, so Mr. Glazier,
Yes.
Mr. Webb's not here. Do you want, have you had contact with him, or do you want me just to call it, or do you want to try to reach out to him?
I'm at home. I don't have his phone number.
All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Aaron Webb, file number 2023-21230FH. Let me see here, request for discovery. He signed a waiver of arraignment. And I have a notice of hearing that was mailed to the address he placed on the waiver on February 1, setting it for today. And I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Webb, and I have Phoebe Neer appearing on behalf of the people. So Mr. Glazier, he's not in the courtroom, so he's failed to appear.
Okay. I have no idea where he's at, Your Honor.
Okay, so I will, and I obviously hold them for 48 hours. So I'm going to issue a bench warrant for failure to appear and set bond in the amount of $25,000 cash assured.
All right, our office will attempt to get a hold of him.
All right, thank you, Mr. Glazier.
Thank you.
And then the jail has your other clients, so
I have Friel too, Your Honor.
let's see here. I have Michael Allison. Who else did you have?
Mr. Friel, who he was one of the ones that you asked his name.
Yep. Okay, let me find that file. All right, Mr. Friel. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is in the matter of Madison Lynn Grinnell versus Donovan James Friel, file number 2022-49593 PP. Let's see. This is the date and time scheduled for a PPO violation hearing. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Friel, and I have Phoebe Neer appearing on behalf of the people today. So, Mr. Glazier, how do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, there was an underlying felony for harassment, but that she called and asked that be dismissed. I don't suspect. I think she wanted to dismiss this too. I'm sure she hasn't shown up.
She's not here. She's not via Zoom.
She's not what?
She hasn't appeared via Zoom.
Yeah, Your Honor, she talked to victims' rights in our office and she more or less indicated she would not be here today, so.
So what are you gonna do, Ms. Mayor?
I would leave it in the court's discretion, but I'm sure Mr. Glazier would ask for a dismissal at this time. I don't know if we want to give her one more chance to appear or just move forward with the dismissal at this time.
Well, I mean, at this point, she's made it clear to your office, so. All right, I will dismiss the violation of the personal protection order. But personal protection order is still in place until June 9th, so I can't dismiss the PO.
Understandable. Thank you, Your Honor.
So Mr. Friel, do you understand? We're dismissing the contempt of court, but the PPO is still in place.
Yes, you just said till June 9th, correct?
Yes, sir. So if you
Yeah.
violate the PPO, we'll be back here again.
Yeah, I'm in Indiana, so there's nothing
So
for
you
that.
can't call her, Facebook her, nothing, all right?
Yeah, I understand that, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, so, what'd you say your attorney was, ma'am? Brian Fry. Brian?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, why don't you come up to this podium right here? Yep, Ms. Bacon, you just come stand at this podium. Jeff, can you fix that
Yes.
microphone? All right, let me close the jail room real quick. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Deborah Sue Bacon, file number 2022-21048FH. I have Brian Fry appearing on behalf of Miss Bacon, and I have Phoebe Meir appearing on behalf of the people. This is a date and time set for a pretrial conference. We do have an amended felony information in the file. It shows the plea offer was plea to count 2, attempted felonious assault. I don't know if that's correct or not, but Mr. Fry, Ms. Bacon is present in the courtroom. How do you wish to proceed today?
Your Honor, Prosecutor Meir did make an plea offer yesterday that I haven't had a chance to speak to my client about. I don't know if Ms. Bacon can call me or use the pad in the hallway so I can talk to her about that.
So, ma'am, do you know how to use Zoom? No. All right, so Ms. McGreen, I'm sorry, could you meet Ms. Bacon in the hallway and connect her? So ma'am, go in the hallway, go to the left, and there's like a stand with an iPad on it. And then someone will come help you connect so you can talk to Mr. Fry. Okay, so Ms. Van Duzen, you are back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rodriguez Lofton. So Ms. Van Duzen, did you have an extra opportunity to speak with him?
I did, Your Honor, and he's asking if we could talk to you for a cops agreement for just the probation.
Okay, so how long has he been in jail?
Believe it's about 4 months at this point, Your Honor.
6 months. It's been
Yeah.
Okay, so
6
here's the
months.
deal, I'm gonna, hold on, everybody. So I am going to assign Ms. Adams, Mr. Bayonetto, and Ms. Van Duzen to a breakout room. And then I'm gonna go back and meet with you.
Yeah. She wants to talk to somebody. Oh, yeah. She's supposed to be putting this bacon in.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Mr. Daggermark was saying it's not gonna go. All right, so, back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rodriguez Lofton. So, Ms. Van Duzen, do you, so we had a conversation and Mr. Lofton, Ms. Van Duzen requested a Cobb's that you would do no further jail since you've already done 6 months on this and that you would be placed on probation. And the court will do that. So, Mr. Lofton, do you want to enter a plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Deger-Margosian, I have Mr. Smith here. Do you need a breakout room with Mr. Smith?
Your Honor, I'm on Mr. Schultes.
Oh.
Is
Your
this,
attorney- Hold on. I had you down on Shelby Vernon Smith.
I do have Mr. Smith as well. I'll speak with him.
Okay, you have time, so.
Yeah.
All right, so Mr. Smith, while I'm taking a plea, I am going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Deger-Margosian. No, he already went. Okay, there you go. All right, so Mr. Lofton.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Yes, Rodriguez Damon Lofton.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bayonetto, you said the plea offer is to plead to counts, which counts?
Counts 1 and 2, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's right. No,
Counts 1 and 2 are both firearms.
it'd be count 4 and count 5. With all
I don't
other-
have. All right, I'm confused. So I have. All right, what is Mr. Lofton pleading to?
Counts 1 and 2, Your Honor.
Not, okay, what did you say about count 5, Ms. Van Dusen? I don't have a count 5.
Okay, that must be on the original complaint, Your Honor.
That's correct.
Okay.
There were some charges dismissed at preliminary exam.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Lofton, you've heard the statement of your attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Is it your intention today to plead guilty to count 1 and count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now, Mr. Lofton, are you satisfied with your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty for this offense could be up to 2 years in prison, but there's a Cobb's agreement that you will receive credit for time served and probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand if you violate probation, I can send you to prison probably for 18 to 24 months.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, neither the prosecutor, the defendant, nor anyone on the defendant's behalf has discussed any other possible sentence with the court. Is that correct, Ms. Van Dusen?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bayonetto?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Lofton?
Yes.
If a guilty plea is accepted, there will be no trial. This means that you will be giving up rights you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those rights to you now to make sure that you understand them. You have a right to a speedy public trial by jury. You may ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and court agree, you can have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at trial and have witnesses against you appear at your trial and to ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at your trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial and not to have your silence used against you. However, you also have the right to testify at your trial if you want to testify. Do you understand that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at trial? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave to appeal and not by right? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a conviction of a crime may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization. Do you have any questions about the rights that I've given to you?
No.
All right, so Mr. Lofton, how do you wish to plead to the charge that on or about September 17th of 2022, in the city of Adrian, that on count 1, you did commit the offense of police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing?
Guilty.
And how do you wish to plead to the charge that on September 17th of 2022, in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee, that you did commit the offense on count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing?
Guilty.
All right. Has anyone made any threats or promises to you to induce you to plead guilty to this charge other than the agreement placed on the record?
No.
Do you understand if I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during the hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises or threats or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce the defendant to plead guilty? Ms. Van Duzen?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Bayanetto?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Other than the plea agreement that was placed on the record, Mr. Lofton, has your attorney promised you any particular sentence or estimated what your sentence will be in terms of probation?
No.
Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Lofton, on September 17th of 2022, were you in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee? Were you at your house?
Yes. Yes.
All right, and the police got called to your house on that day, is that correct?
Yes.
And did you know that they were police officers? There were 3 police officers. Were they dressed in APD uniforms, Adrian Police
Yes.
Department? Okay, was it daytime or nighttime?
It was daytime.
Okay, so they came to your house, you could see them in their uniforms.
Yes.
Okay, and at some point, you came in contact with Officer White and you resisted him in some way. Now that could be you ran, that could be you pushed away, that could mean you wouldn't put your hands in handcuffs. What did you do that day? Tell me what you did.
I pulled away.
Okay, so he was trying to handcuff you and you pulled your hands away?
Yes.
Okay, and was that also Officer Bear? They were both trying to handcuff you?
Yeah, because they both, tackled me, so.
Okay, Mr. Bayanetto, are you satisfied if he states that he pulled away and tried to resist arrest?
I am, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. All right. Has the court complied with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D? Ms. Van Duzen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bayanetto?
Yes, Your Honor.
Accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. This court has entered a Cobb's agreement regarding jail, but in terms of any other, the court has made no agreement regarding the possibility of a plea or possible sentence. In this case, with the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the defendant, or anyone acting in the interest of either of them. I'm going to refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. I'm going to set this for sentencing on April 28th at 8:15 in the morning. Hold on one second. So.
Your Honor, they were also, she was also going to talk to you about a possible PR bond. I'm not sure if that's possible.
I'm not there yet, Mr. Lofton. You just hold on 1 minute. I'll get there. I'm just not there yet. All right, so Mr. Lofton, I'm gonna require you to come to sentencing in person. Not because I'm gonna put you in jail, because you're gonna have to hand in something to me, okay? Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm setting sentencing for April 28th at 8:15 in person. Okay, so I am going to release you on a PR bond. So you're gonna get out of jail today because you don't have anything else holding you, right?
Not that I know of, I still had the prior probation, so. I don't know if
You're on
she's got.
probation, have they violated you on that probation?
No, they haven't.
Who's your probation officer?
Joanne Holly?
So you probably have a holder from her?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Miss Adams, do we know if a probation or Mr. Where's my probation officer? Oh, Mr. Stevenson, do you know if there's a holder on Mr. Lofton?
I don't. I can try and check. Give me 1 second. According to the notes, there's no warrant or holder.
All right, so I want you to listen to me, Mr. Lofton. I'm gonna release you on a PR bond today, all right? But Mr. Lofton, the time has come. How old are you now?
I'm 46.
All right, so Mr. Lofton, you and I have gone around and round and round. So here's the deal. We need to figure this out, right? We need to figure out a way that you can live the rest of your life with not going in and out of jail all the time. So the first thing I'm gonna order is that you do 90 and 90 starting today, all right? So I'm gonna have you do AA meetings. You gotta do 90 days straight. Every single day, you gotta go to an AA meeting, all right?
Okay.
And then I want a sign out sheet, and you have to go, you have to stay for the meeting, and then they're gonna sign your sheet for you, all right?
All right.
And when we do sentencing in April 28th, I want you to bring that sheet in. And they better be real signatures. Like, I don't think you would, but I get a lot of people that like to do fake forged signatures. I don't want any of that nonsense, because I know all the people that put on the AA and I know their signatures, all right?
Well, I've been sober for almost 2 years now. I took your advice the last time. I've been sober. I gave it up.
I'm glad to hear that. But I do want you to do the 90 and 90 because I know it's gonna be stressful getting out. Where are you gonna go live?
I'm gonna go back to my home with my mother.
I don't think you can. There's bond conditions.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. No, I'm gonna go to my aunt's house at 304. Yeah, at 304 Table Street.
Okay, so I'm gonna set sentencing for April 28th at 8:15 in person. And then I want you to do the 90 and 90, not to use any illegal controlled substances, not to commit any new crimes. And I will see you back here for sentencing on April 28th at 8:15. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Steve. So you're on probation with Miss Holly. Mr. Stevenson, is he required to do, was he doing randoms?
I'm not sure if he was or not.
Okay.
There's drug testing.
I just didn't know if there were any alcohol violations or not. I didn't realize he's not been drinking for the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's on with Miss Holly, so I don't know all the information on him.
Okay, all right. All right, and you haven't been violated in a while, you haven't been violated, right?
No, I haven't.
All right, I'll take the 90 and 90 off. I won't do that, all right? I didn't realize you were on probation with Miss Holly. So no illegal controlled substances, no new crimes. You can't contact your mom until we take care of this, all right?
Okay,
So no new offenses, no illegal controlled substances, no alcohol. If your mom contacts the prosecutor's office to try to get that bond condition released, then you would be able to go back. But until then, you can't go back to your mom's, all right?
all right.
Because I think it does have a bond condition in there. So I'm looking. Yeah, no contact. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Stevenson, or Mr. Stevenson. Do you want him just to report? What would you like to do?
Yeah, if you could have him report Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. to
All
Ms.
right. Can you report, Mr.
Yes,
Lofton? Tuesday.
Yes,
Tuesday. All right. Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. report. And we'll see you back for sentencing, Mr. Lofton. All right.
all right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lofton. All right, Ms. Bacon, you want to step up, please? You're all set, rather Ms. Lofton. Okay. We are back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Deborah Sue Bacon. Mr. Fry represents Ms. Bacon, and then Ms. Meir is on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Fry, how do you wish to proceed today on behalf of Ms. Bacon?
Your Honor, there was a plea offer conveyed yesterday that was similar but changed a few of the terms that was contained in the previous offer. I've discussed with Ms. Bacon. She does not want to accept that today, but I would like to place that on the record.
Sure.
So that plea offer was that Ms. Bacon would plead to an amended 2, which is attempted felonious assault. There was going to be a Killebrew agreement with that, where Ms. Bacon would be on a delayed sentence, non-reporting probation. She would have to forfeit her firearm, 6 months of non-reporting probation, and the charges would be dismissed at the end as long as there was no problems or violations during the term of non-reporting probation. Ms. Bacon does not want
Hold on, Mr. Fry, pause for a minute. From the jail, could I get Milton Rembert next, and then I'll take Michael Allison last, and that's all I need today. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Fry, go ahead.
So that was the terms of the plea deal, and I would also note that I have advised Ms. Bacon that if she does go to trial, one of the charges is felony firearms, which does carry a mandatory 2-year prison sentence she would be facing if she was convicted at trial. So she is aware of that, and it's my understanding that as of right now, she does not want to take that deal. I would like another pretrial. We do have a trial coming up, but if we can get in again, just so I can talk to Ms. Bacon some more about this deal, maybe she'll change her mind, or maybe she'll still want to go to trial, but I can explain it. Maybe. So,
Mr. Fry, I'm out of the country, so I don't have another pretrial day. What I can do is she's set for trial on April 4. My first day back will be the 3rd. Miss Adams, do I have somewhere I can put this in on Monday, April 3rd? I don't know if a pretrial fell out or right before, I don't know, a motion fell out or something.
Your Honor, if I could butt in, the only thing I was going to ask for, just because it hasn't quite been worked out yet, the victim in this case is in high school still. She attends Sand Creek schools, and her parents have expressed some concern over her missing school as a result of this case. If they have to, obviously they will, but I was just going to ask if the court would entertain moving this till June. I know we have a trial in your courtroom on June 13th. I don't know if we want to put it as a backup to that, or have that one be a backup to this.
Well, you say we, do you mean you and Mr. Fry?
Mr. Fry.
Because I have like 7 trials a week, just none of them go. So
I don't know who I have a trial with. I mean, I know the defendant's name. I don't know who the attorney is, but I just mean, I have a trial that day with you. I didn't know if we wanted to.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Fry, do you have any objection to moving the trial to June?
No objection.
All right, Ms. Adams,
Yes.
any trial dates in June? I don't know the date Ms. Mears said. I think she said June 14.
June
June
13th.
13th, you have 2 trials scheduled with attorneys O'Keefe and Murphy.
What's the client for O'Keefe?
William Badger.
Okay, that's one of my oldest files. So Miss Adams, another, I mean, I can back it up there, but I think that one's going. Or I can get another date, but we can do that date, that's fine. All right, what was that date again, Miss Adams?
June 13th. It's a Tuesday.
Okay, so I can set this for June 13, 23, be at 9 a.m. So let's see, this is just a 2-day trial. And I will set a final pretrial for May 31. And I will leave that at May 31 as the new deadline for all motions, jury instructions, what your questions due, as well as final pretrial. And Ms. Adams, if I could get a copy of this for Ms. Bacon, who's present. Okay, so I filled out the scheduling order. All right, so Ms. Bacon, I am going to have you have a seat, and then we'll get you a copy of this notice that you can take with you, and then we all set with Ms. Bacon, then Mr. Fry and Ms. Meir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you.
All right, excellent. All right, Mr. Rembert, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Van Duzen, you need a breakout room with Mr. Rembert while I take care of Mr.
Please, Your
Smith.
Honor.
I'm going to assign Ms. Van Duzen, Joe, the breakout room. All right, Mr. Smith, let me grab your file. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Shelby Vernon Smith, file number 2022-21114FH. I have Michael Dago Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Smith and Phoebe Meir appearing on behalf of the people. Ms. Bacon, you are all set, so you can go on your way if you would like. So, Mr. Dago Margosian, have you had an opportunity to speak with your client?
Your Honor, I have, I think it might make sense to have a bench conference with you, as well as the prosecutor. I think it's Ms. Meir on this case.
Right, so. All right, so I'm going to assign, you guys are killing me in these today. Ms. Adams, Mr. Dago Margosian, and yeah, find you, Ms. Meir. There you are. All right, Go ahead and join that breakout room and I'll go back and join that breakout room.
Phoebe, can you join that breakout room?
Hey, Randa, I was just listening to your voicemail. I didn't mean to call you actually, but so I did not see it this morning. I didn't see that voice. I have my
Rhonda, you're not muted.
whatever, and then it doesn't send me anything after 8 o'clock saying, "Hey, you got a voicemail at 7:30."
I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay.
Rhonda, you're not muted.
What's that?
I can,
Rhonda, you're not muted.
oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so we are back on the record with Mr. Smith. So we did have a COPS conference, and the court will agree to run this concurrent because he's probably entitled to a concurrent sentence. And Mr. Dagger-Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Judge, I think I probably want another pre-trial on this. I want another chance to speak with Mr. Smith. So if we can schedule this for a pre-trial, and then once we schedule that, if I can just be in a breakout room with him, and then we can discharge him after that. That's okay.
That's fine. May 24th, or let me see, May 3rd at 8:30. All right, and I will, do that step in order to adjourn.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we'll prepare a writ for the next hearing. Does anyone know Mr. Smith's location right now?
Mr. Smith, where are you at right now?
In Parnell Correctional Facility.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, Mr. Smith, I'm gonna open up a breakout room for you guys, and we'll see you back on May 3rd at 8:30. Okay. All right, Mr. Rembert, let me. Files. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Milton Trey Rembert. We have two files, 2022-21090FH and 22-21191FH. I have Dawn Van, wait, where's she? There she is. Dawn Van Dusen appearing on behalf of Mr. Rembert, and I have Phoebe Meir appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a probation violation sentence on one file and a contempt of court hearing on the other file. So Ms. Van Dusen, I showed that we sent to you the probation violation report. Have you received that?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Yes.